I'm just out of my hotel and I hope that I go the right way because I left on the bottom side. And for some reasons, no matter where you go, you hear the same song. Maybe the chart list here is pretty short. It's always this techno beat. Maybe the lyrics are a bit different, but for me, I can't hear the difference, so all sounds the same. And I'm pretty sure that was the wrong way, because the only thing I see is another hotel. Yes, that was wrong. So let's go back up there. The only thing I've seen is that I have to go that way. So I thought it's the best to go down. Oh, that's so annoying. It reminds me to a village in Portugal where I stayed called Ericeira. There when you walk 10 minutes to the village, you're so exhausted because every street goes up or down. And here it's quite the same. Well, let's see how that works. These shoes. For now it feels good. There you see, just underneath here, there's my room. You could need a gardener here. I think I have to go somewhere there. That's why I thought it's the best way to go down here. But it's better to follow the navi. I don't understand why should I take a right corner here to end up there. Now check this out. I have to go exact that way. I think from now it's stairs because I can't see the ground 200 meters in front of me. But I'm pretty happy to have a bit of an exercise because the last couple of days I spent only on my motorbike. So I feel like I forgot how to walk. And I never had that, but from the gear shifting from all these mountain roads, I started to have a pain in my upper leg. I think that's why the locals all ride automatic mopeds. Because the gear shifting here is, some parts is pretty annoying. Especially when you're in the city because you're always braking. Sometimes I'm wondering how they bring their scooters up here. When you look at this road. I've seen the tour guys. They're all riding scooters and they're riding them completely off-road, so I didn't thought it's possible to do that, but they do it. More comfortable.
This is Sapa. From all places I've been so far in Vietnam, that's my favorite.
The countryside is everywhere pretty the same, but here's the first area where you have a center and all the activities come together. But here you have a lot of hotels, a lot of different activities. And all the other places I've been, it was split up. So this city feels a lot more western than the other cities. And every hotel here must have an amazing view because they're all built on the hillside. On the whole tour I haven't seen any pizza restaurant except that one in Hanoi. And since I walked down here I've seen 5. And there you see that's a tourist spot. and I'm searching for a supermarket because I want to fix my other camera. I want to glue that ring back in. And here you see the big problem with it. Here I have the protective lens. I put them on, it fell off, see it doesn't last really well. So this ring needs to be inside here to keep the protective lamps on. Now you release it, the ring falls off. Imagine you put it in the bag like this and that ring is loose. It ruins you the whole lens. There's one thing that's very good here. I entered the shop and they were able to speak English. Still very small knowledge in English language, but better than nothing, because in all the other villages the English was at 0%. And the first Starbucks I see here, it feels a bit like home, because all these Western brands like McDonald's, KFC, they don't really exist here. So I didn't thought I see a Starbucks here. It's the first escalator I'm using here, except for the one at the airport. So I found a shop, they sold super glue. I hope that's the right one for my camera. You see the whole street is going downhill since I left my apartment. I've seen so many pizza stores. I think I get a pizza. It's 2 weeks ago since I left Australia. Oh yeah, I had one in Hanoi. I'll check out a few of these shops here and then I go to eat. Just picked a random restaurant here. I understand why people say this is the highlight, because I think you can enter whatever shop you want and you have the same view if I look around here. The restaurant is pretty full inside. I can't really understand why the people don't sit here. It's not that cold, it's still plus 20 degrees, but maybe for the other people it's cold. I'm okay with that for this view. And actually it's the first day here where I'm not sweating. It's good. The only thing that's negative here is table height. I always have to sit in an angle because my knee is too high. So if I would go closer, I lift up the table. But that's everywhere where I go. In the supermarket I have to pull my shoulders, duck my head when I go to the door. It's just too big for Asia.
The next day I headed to Fansipan, the highest place I had ever been up to that point. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't on my side, and the mountain was hidden behind thick clouds.
It's so confusing here because the woman where I bought the ticket, her English was pretty bad. I asked her what station, like what's the direction for the station for the cable car and what time is it arriving, and her answer was anytime. I asked her, yeah, what direction is the station? because it's pretty big here, as you see. She said anytime. I had that thing repeated like 3 or 4 times till I thought, oh, fuck off, I investigated by myself. Oh no, I see, I think I have to go back up there. Yes. Now I see it. There is the sign. So I have to go that way. But that doesn't look like a station. But still. Oh, it's 10. I wasted a lot of time here.
The last time I was this high up, I had to earn it by climbing the mountain myself. This time, thankfully, there was a cable car doing most of the hard work. Don't get me wrong, it's still a while to reach the top, but it definitely beats sweating my way up the mountain.
I almost missed it. There's the temple. It's just 20 meters away from here, but almost not visible.
Once I got there, the temperature seemed to drop by about 100 degrees. The views were nowhere to be found, hidden behind a wall of cloud.
It was a bad decision to come here. Because the main reason why I come here is the view. And obviously, today you see nothing. But I'll go there anyway. Maybe I'll get lucky and the clouds go away.
But at least I could stretch my legs with a hike around the summit and reward myself with a hot coffee. Not exactly the panoramic experience I had imaged, but a coffee over 3,000 meters, I'll take that.
Some of the locals were pretty confused where they have seen me walking around with a t-shirt. For them it seemed impossible that someone could walk around in that cold without a jacket. But for me it was the only day in a 3-week trip where I had a regular temperature.
If you watched that video till that point, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you later. Cheers.